What's up? It's Black Magic, and I'm here with my What I Learned in 2025 video. This is going to be like my end of year video last year, what I learned in 2024, but I'm going to try and do this much quicker. I got a list of things. Let me take you through them, the things that I learned. Number one, your job is not to convince or ask or beg people to treat you right. It's to find where you can be treated how you want to be treated. This is like the same idea of, if you know the story of the dad who gives his daughter an old car and tells her to go to 3 different places, see how much money they give her for it. It's like that. If you don't know that story, look it up, but you probably know it. Yeah. Number two, own it. So if we're sticking with the car analogy, what I mean by this is, well, yeah, whatever you are, whatever you have, own it, be it. Don't try to pretend that it's something not. So if it's the car, the dad gave the daughter an old, like, vintage car, right? So if you're going to try and sell it to somebody else, don't try and pretend it's a new car with no miles on it and all this other stuff. Just tell it like it is. Let it be what it is. And if they don't want to give you the amount of money that you're asking for it, then you need to take it somewhere else. Number three, judge people by their actions, not their intent. Don't or in other words, don't try to guess what others think. This one was huge for me when I read it in an article. I was so upset at the time, and when I read this, it literally just eased my problems like so fast. The idea here is basically, don't try to guess what others think. People have like a whole world in their own heads. You're not going to be able to figure it out like some sort of puzzle, so don't even try to do that. Just like I said in the previous one, own yourself. Whatever you are, own it. Bring that to other people. Let them do what they will with that information. You don't need to be trying to read into everybody's every little action to try and, I used to kind of act on the assumption that hardly anybody was ever really presenting like their full self, actually, which obviously there are things that you should keep to yourself. I'm not saying just turn off your filter. That's not the idea here. But just try being a little more honest. If there's something you really care about, something you're really actually committed to, don't pretend that you're not. Just to be clear, I'm not saying who cares what anyone thinks about you. That's not what this is. It's about focusing on people's actions and decisions and how they affect you, instead of thinking, what did they really mean by that? It's about, instead of trying to interpret what other people want, finding out firsthand how they react to you. Does it make you feel better or worse? If it's worse, well, then you know what to do. Show your honest self and see what you get in response. But not too honest. Maybe, let me say, give people the person you want to be and see what you get out of that. Number four, go to where your people are at. It's so important to go and meet with like-minded folks, people who identify similarly to you in any aspect of your life. these, if you meet people there, they'll probably be way more likely to treat you how you want to be treated than somebody you just randomly happened to meet. Sometimes I wonder, like, why is so and so like treating me like this? Why did this other person ghost me or whatever? And but then it's like I get in front of a room packed with people who are like kind of there to see me on some level, and they're going crazy when I just open my mouth and say a simple sentence. um so again, the car, you gotta, if it's not working at this place, try a different place. Go to the place where your car sells. Um, Number five, go do what you actually want to do. Once you get the previous four things I've mentioned down, this this you'll be able to do number five. A lot of times, many of us might feel that you need permission or approval from somebody or somebody's in order to feel like you're allowed to do whatever the thing is that you want to do in your life. But that I mean, yeah, that's probably not coming anytime soon, that approval. I had a professor once who told us, if there's something you have going on that makes, or there's something around you that makes you upset and makes you angry, then that's a sign that you should probably be the one to do something about it. Don't be waiting around for somebody else to tell you that they want you to do the thing, because again, it's probably not gonna happen. Go do it. Go actually do the thing. Number six, music happens when you make it, not when you're thinking. So, yeah, the artist formerly known as Prince, he recorded a song every day for like 5 years straight or something, and he would just get in the studio and just pick up an instrument, start recording some stuff, not sitting there for hours deliberating how the song is going to go. Because if he's doing this every day, he doesn't have all that time. He doesn't have several hours every day to be making a song. I've sat with the instrument in my hands in front of, like a notebook, a notes app in front of my DAW, trying to make some music. And after hours, I just had been thinking about what do I want the song to be, and then I end up having like not a finished song in the end. I've been doing a lot of freestyle rap recently, ciphering with some people that I met a little while ago. It's so much fun. And the stuff that I come up with just on the fly, I've never been a freestyler, but now it's like, dude, I'm I don't want to say I'm a killer. I'm not that good yet, but I be saying some stuff. It's cool. It's a good time. And it happened just because I said it. There's this producer I listen to sometimes that has this saying. They have this saying, existence precedes essence. Existence precedes essence. So this is that same idea. You got to make the thing before it can be meaningful. Number seven, art is about hard times. Not all art is, but this is just something that really clicked in my mind in this past year and a half. A lot of songs really are about people going through difficult things, just hardship and uncertainty and, heartache and all these things. And when you're listening to it, it doesn't even maybe click that way in your mind, because you're like, well, they're this artist, they're a famous celebrity. They're obviously, this song is about something. Maybe this did actually happen in their life, but I don't know. It just doesn't it never hit me in like that personal way until maybe really recently. You know, I was actually listening to the NPR Tiny Desk, the E40 Tiny Desk. I had never heard E40's music before that in my life, but when I watched that, it just, the stuff that he was talking about, how he was talking about it, it just was apparent to me that he's like speaking the opposite of the negative, thoughts in his mind. He's like trying to speak this positive stuff into existence instead. And yeah, it just made me think like, what would make somebody say this stuff? And then I started to realize that in like all this other music I was listening to, I was like, oh, they're doing like the same thing. Or they really are just talking about something that really makes them upset, some conflict they're having in their life that they just they didn't know how to deal with. And I think that just made me feel a little bit different about my music as well. Okay, number 8, art is unique. I was at an anime convention this past year, a few months ago, and this one woman who was at a table, she was selling like uh, soaps and candles and like, I think like massage oils and lotion and stuff. She said to me, she was like, "Oh, you're an artist. That's so great." She's like, art is so unique. 'Cause I said to her, I was like, I feel like it's pretty unique that you're selling this stuff here. She's like, but see, in the grand scheme of things, art is the thing that's really unique. Lots of people sell lotion and candles, but not everyone has a story to tell and then actually tells it and, communicates it to people. And it's just stuff like that. It's why I wanted to make this video. I have all these ideas, all these things that I feel like I've learned that I want to communicate to people. And I feel like if I just called up my friend and said, or, everybody I know and tried to tell them all this stuff, it would be weird. It'd be totally one-sided conversation. But when you put it in a form, I guess, where it's meant for people to listen to it, meant for people to experience it and take something away from it, then it's not weird. We can all learn something from it, gain something from it. And so yeah, I hope that's everything on the list. I hope you learned something here. I hope you heard something that you can maybe take with you through your 2026. Yeah, I'm not trying to preach here or tell you how to live your life, but just maybe give you some helpful advice. I don't want to be like a yap tuber, get on here every week, 2 weeks, and just say some stuff, whatever the heck happens to be on my mind at the time. I want to give you really time to digest this stuff, understand it, process it. So thank you for listening. This has been Black Magic. Happy New Year. We're in it now. The big 26. I have some stuff to do.